We're now going to take a look at Module 2.08, where students are asked to create a budget. This budget is going to be based off of the earlier modules, where in 2.02, you were to choose a career. You had two choices, and you're weighing those pros and cons. You then were able to calculate what your yearly salary after you've paid taxes in 2.03 based on your career choice. Now that we have a net after-tax salary amount, we can then use that income after taxes to determine how to spend our money. We're going to want to create a budget here. We need to make sure that we're not spending all of our money on the fun things like entertainment. It is required that we spend our money on housing and food, clothing, and other necessities, such as your utilities like sewer and water, medical expenses. But there are some categories that are a little bit different for other people. Everyone's budget will be unique. Some people spend more on holiday and birthdays or charitable donations than other people. The housing segment can be drastically different whether or not you are having roommates or would like to live by yourself, if you're trying to purchase a home or you like to rent. If you would like to have more details about this type of information, all you need to do is a quick Google search. In Google, you can go ahead and type in something like apartmentfinders.com. If you know a location of where you would like to live, you can put that location in and it'll give you a better idea. For example, if you knew you wanted to live in Chicago or Dallas or Washington, you can type those in. We'll just go ahead and put in Orlando for right now and find that there's many different options out here. You can go ahead and click on any of these areas and see how much those apartments are. They have a range. You'll notice that for one-bedroom places, it might be a little bit more expensive per person, but when you change it and you go ahead and split the rent between more than one person, suddenly the rent, when divided up between multiple people, gets to be cheaper. Now, in this 2.08 budget template, we're not looking at only the things that we're going to spend on now, including your transportation, whether or not you're driving and you have to pay insurance for that car, or if you're in a city and you're using public transportation like the bus or train. We're also going to look at occasional items that some people may or may not have, like pets, and then eventually we want to make sure that we have the ability to retire. Most people do not want to work till the day they die. You're going to want to retire. I'm letting you know that if you wanted to retire with something around the lines of $1 million, if you started investing at age 18 and you were to retire at age 68, you would most likely need to invest roughly $9 a day for the next 50 years. Now, this is not any sort of guarantee, but it will put you in the right direction if the market yields a return of around 6%. We can get into that later. But right now, you're going to want to make sure that you have a certain percentage that is divided up amongst your spending in your budget. In Module 2, we have kind of a review where this might be a realistic approach of how you might break down your spending. Please do not simply say, oh, well, I make $100,000 a year, so I'll just put 25% of that towards housing every year. That's not how it works. You want to make sure that your level of spending is appropriate. Try and find some specific ideas of how much you would actually spend. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to find an adult that you respect that can provide you with some realistic ideas of how much certain bills might cost. Many people at age 17 and 18 aren't really sure how much the water bill is, or how much the electric bill is, or how much housing insurance is. They might be aware of the auto insurance or a cell phone, but some of the more mundane is not at their fingertips. You want to have an idea of what's the difference between how much you spend in going out to eat versus how much you spend on grocery shopping. Hopefully this will help you guys out in the real world. This is actually something that adults do. And if you want to be treated like an adult, it does mean that you have to have the same sort of actions that they do as well. Good luck on this module 2.08. It does have the ability to help you out in real life.